Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We're here to celebrate, to chill, to chat. Thank you all so much for 1K. I'm kind of blown away. I started this thinking there'd be like 2 people that watch my channel for a year, and that has obviously not been the case. So I'm just saying I'm incredibly grateful. So thank you all so much. And special thanks to Evie for kicking me in the butt to start the channel to begin with.
Yeah, Evie.
I'm here for all of the credit. Thank you.
You shall have it. For those of you who are watching live, the giveaways for this celebration will be up soon on my Twitter profile. There will be links in the description, so keep an eye out for that. But there will be 2 giveaways, one from Jim Wilborn and the other one from LL Stevens. So keep an eye out because those are going to be paperback books, some signed, they're beautiful sets. Definitely keep your eye out for those. Other than that, how are you lovely ladies doing?
I'm good. I stuffed my face with pad thai,
Ooh.
and it was delicious. So
Excellent choice.
leftover pad thai, which is Chinese food and like Thai food are the only things that taste even better on reheated like leftover days. So
Sauce has had time to simmer.
yes.
Mm-hmm. I just ate our first grilled brats of the season. Ben decided he'd had enough of winter and put on his Crocs in the snow on our deck and grilled. So that was awesome. And have gotten a lot of good reading in this last 24 hours. So been a good weekend so far.
Did you just have broth, or like did you have any sides with it?
We're from the Midwest, so we eat meat and potatoes, and that is it.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
Bad thing. Like
No, I mean that's like a brat. Multiple brats is an entire meal for us, for sure.
wow.
Yeah, I do try to eat a lot of vegetables because I don't like only having meat and potatoes. But my husband and my children would be perfectly satisfied on that forever, I think. So
yeah, my East Coast side of the family, like that's all they eat out there as well as meat and potatoes because that's the only thing that grows. That and turnips. So the only thing you can grow out there.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, thank you.
Hey, Dan.
Hello. Thanks, Derek. Christopher, hello, and congratulations on your new channel. Go check it out, as well as these lovely ladies. Go check out their channels. I will one day get the hang of advertising.
I still don't know how to do it. I'm just like, oh, I guess, whatever.
They have a channel. Go find it.
Exactly.
It's out there.
So what's everyone reading?
I'm reading The Folding Knife by KJ Parker.
I am almost done with Legend by David Gemmell.
Do you have like 50 pages left now?
Yes.
Yeah, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I read like 10 pages between the sprint and now.
For some reason I thought you had 100 pages left.
When we started the last sprint, I did. So I read like another 30, 40 pages there and then more. So
you are just powering through that.
That was the goal. This was a really easy like start to the month because I knew I wanted something I was excited to read that was small and not intimidating. And I haven't read a mass market paperback in so long. And I was like, when I first started reading it, the first sprint on the 31st, I was like, I forgot how to do this.
So it was awkward.
I was like, this is so small.
Oh, hold on. Let me get the reading glasses.
Yeah. Right. In fairness, I finished Shogun in March. So like comparatively,
So speaking of glasses, so technically I should be wearing glasses all the time, including while driving. And I went to put on said glasses. I cleaned them off. They're clean. Put them on to read. Apparently I need to go back to the eye doctor because the left lens is so bad, so out of focus, it's ridiculous. I'm like, I guess I need to go.
Oh
Not
no.
wearing glasses anymore.
Just squint. Just squint one eye.
Maybe like it's monocle or whatever.
Yeah.
I have been supposed to be wearing glasses for the last like 4 or 5 years, and I just haven't. So I'm sure that's going to end up being a problem.
Only time will tell.
Right?
I didn't know I needed glasses until I went to go take my vision test
Thank you.
at the DMV when I was 16. And I had taken my driver's ed class, like in school, no problem. And then I went to go take the vision test, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't give you a license.
You're a road hazard."
Yeah, you need to go to the optometrist first. You need to get glasses." And I remember my mom like yelling at me. She's like, "Are you sure you can't read that? Try again." So apparently, me sitting like literally 2 feet away from the TV did not tell them anything as parents of like how bad my vision was.
No, if you just try again, it'll get clearer each time.
Yeah. Who knew that people far away weren't supposed to have blurry faces? So, or
No
just
clue.
be a blurry mass.
Thank you, Anita. And Pawn's Gambit. Yes, that's such a good one.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad about all the Rob J. Hayes going on for this readathon at all.
Yeah, no, it's I'm excited. I need to continue reading Rob J. Hayes, that's for sure. Second Zodiac Academy. I don't know if I've heard of that one. Don't judge me.
I think it's
He's
like
cracking.
a fantasy young adult
Okay.
fantasy.
It's by Carolyn Peckham and Suzanne Valenti.
Is your Googling speed like 0.5 seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. We just got Siri up, just listening to our entire conversation.
There's a twin who's an heir to a throne she knows nothing about, and as it turns out, I'm Faye.
Bum, bum.
Okay. Well, no judgment. I hope you're enjoying it though. Yeah. The giveaway, there's 2 giveaways, Anita. So there's one that will be US only, and then the other one will be international. So definitely check out Twitter. The post should now be live.
Woohoo!
Yay!
On Twitter or on YouTube?
On Twitter. Yeah.
I don't know, Kay, if you want to like reiterate the giveaway thing, because I had the stream up in another window, and it like I never understand StreamYard like live things. Like sometimes it starts right as soon as we go live, but sometimes it waits like a while and then it cuts off. So like the first 10 seconds or 15 seconds are cut off. But
no, that's great. Thanks for letting me know, because I have no clue. I'm not as professional. I don't check anything.
I had no idea either until I looked and I was like, oh, I didn't do that at the very start of the stream. So
yeah, so there are 2 giveaways happening. They are over on Twitter. You can check out my profile. There should be a link in the description. If not, there will be one soon. And one is for the first 3 books in the Triumphirian series by L.L. Stevens, if I can pronounce words. Which that's beyond my abilities at the moment. Seriously, it's beyond her abilities. I said Siri probably or something close to it. So the first book is Sordanian. And you'll also have a chance to win the next 2 books. So it's 3 books, art cards, and a map, I think it is, from the author. That one's international. And then the next one is by Jill Wilborn, which is the 7th Cadence, and Strangers in a Promised Land, which is US only. So definitely go check that out, enter, and try and win some books.
What are you reading, by the way? I don't think you ever said that.
No, I did not, because I suck at hosting.
No, you're just more like you're focusing on your guests instead of.
That's true. Thank you. I've got a few on the go because I am in chaos mode. So I am working through Sordanian right now. I've got about 150 pages left. I am taking my time with this one because it's dense in world and a lot of political scheming and very character driven, very character heavy. So I'm taking my time to just absorb it all and process everything, but very good so far. And because I like punishment, is what some people might say, I'm also reading Heliotrope by Palmer Pickering, which is huge,
Holy crap.
and House of Chains
Oh,
by
dear
Stephen
God.
Harrington.
I mean, a Malazan book would be enough of a torture, but you're just
Yeah.
double torture. You sure
Yeah.
you're not a masochist?
This is why Guns of the Dawn had to go on hold. It's like there's so many dark books right now and so many chunky books.
I mean, in comparison, Guns of the Dawn is so light compared to Malazan. Mind you, again, I've only read Gardens of the Moon, but from what I've heard,
It's dark.
It's so
It's dark.
light compared.
Oh yeah, no, it's dark. So yeah, that one's been on pause, but I've gone in full chaos mode for preparation for the TBR Blitz readathon, which
I
yeah.
know when you told me about your TBR for the readathon, I was like, I mean, you're on an opposite team from me, so absolutely do that.
Well, boo to you, I got almost 300 pages in House of Chains
That's
today.
impressive.
Are you doing
Yeah.
immersion reading or just
Immersion, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, holy
No, I don't have infinite time to just sit and read 300 pages. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, Kay, it's okay that you put Guns of the Dawn down because I also had to push it out another at least month. So we'll
Okay.
probably end up reading it about the same time then.
So potentially another buddy read.
Because we all need more of those for sure.
Yeah. Hello, welcome. Reading Hunger of the Gods. That is so good. Such a good book.
I just got it recently. Oh, Shadow. I got the first one, Shadow of the Gods. I can never remember which one is the first one.
Have you read that one?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. I won't say anything, but I enjoyed both very much.
I've read Faithful and the Fallen, but not Bloodsworn yet.
I did the reverse. I haven't read Faithful and the Fallen. Sorry?
Have either of you guys read the second series in that?
In Faithful? Mm-mm.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
Mm-mm. I've been told I should.
Is it called something like a separate series, or is it just like part of Faithful and the Fallen is just an extension or something?
I am not sure.
Evie, you are not alone.
Your Googling is really slow today, Corey.
I was just going to say it's called the Of Blood and Bone series or trilogy. Yeah. So it was honestly Goodreads. Google is fast. Goodreads to get to the first page is like ancient, and it's like we're getting there.
And it was, putting down the hammer. Strike 2 for putting Guns of the Dawn on the back burner, apparently.
Evie, you're not alone in your glasses.
Yeah.
Hey, Chaz. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by. US only on 1. Yes. The reason why there's limitations is because the authors themselves have graciously donated these books to give away. So there's only so many places they can send them, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. It's expensive.
Yes, the posts are on Twitter, but if you would like to join the giveaway through here, you can either leave a comment here and I will come back to it later and add you into the giveaway, or you can message me on Discord or Instagram, wherever you can find me on other social media that you're interested in joining the giveaway, and I will be sure to add your name in. Just my capabilities of organizing giveaways are very limited. I'm still learning. So Twitter is the one place I know I can run one.
Katie!
Thought you were doing homework, Katie.
She's just stopping in.
Yeah.
Who's not doing homework, Katie?
I have to give her a hard time.
Hi.
We love Katie. Katie's great.
Katie, go back and do your homework.
But also, we love you. Have fun.
You know what? Listen, I'm gonna be the mom here. You need to get good grades. You need to pass your tests so you don't repeat the grade. Okay.
She's graduating next month.
Oh,
With, I
wow.
think, the master's degree. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Sure.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Nuclear engineering.
Hints of nuclear, Katie.
Let's see. I think for your 1K, can we have you read your favorite lines or your favorite book? I got this idea from Tori. Oh, thank you. Yes, let me think on that. Let me think on a book, and I'll get back to that.
Wait, is it our favorite book, like
Or
individual,
is
like
it?
individual favorite books?
Ooh. Yes, please
That
clarify.
would be a little difficult. I guess Amazon preview stuff that would do it.
Or if they just post it in the chat.
Evie, just check your arm.
What are my favorite books?
Thank you so much, Mike.
Oh, apparently we're giving Katie too much credit. It's just a bachelor's of science.
That is still quite significant. So
yeah, it is. I have no idea why I thought you were in a master's program.
See,
I know you're going, like, you're working on a site, like a, oh my gosh, what is that called when you keep going? I'm an English major, clearly.
See, listen,
secondary degree. There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, that one.
Katie, I will just say, as a college dropout myself, C's get degrees. So
it's true. It shocked me when we graduated how many of my classmates still had absolutely no idea what they wanted to do with their lives. Like none.
I mean, if they were all English majors, then
they weren't. No, they were most of them were business majors because that's the safe major. You know.
Hello.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Sorry, I had to get the kids bed. It was a sudden emergency.
No, it's all good. Thanks for stopping by and joining us.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah. And thank you to Matt in the comments for also stopping by. And sorry, I'm trying to keep up with it.
Dan clarified he thinks it should be your books, Kayla.
Like Kay's favorite books?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so hold on. Let me trying to keep up with the chat. Yeah, there we go.
No
I think it should
pressure.
be books.
No pressure, Kayla, but one of them has to be an Andrew D. Meredith book.
No pressure at all? Okay. Okay. Hold on.
Sorry, hold on. I don't know how to do this. No pressure. Is this how you do ASMR?
Excellent. Okay, perfect.
Touch the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we all, I like this idea too. If we all tried to post lines in the chat, it could get messy, but I think it would be really fun too. So I want to hear everyone's favorite lines in the chat from their favorite books. Go hunting, come back, share. And you know what? I think I have mine. I just have to find it. So Andrew, what are you reading right now, if anything?
I just started Column of Fire this morning, which is Ken Follett's book 3 of the Kingsbridge. And so I'm listening to that on audio right now. And then I started Way of a Dawn 2 days ago. So, yeah.
What do you think so far?
So far, it's so good. I'm 4 chapters in.
Nice.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah. So not massively in. I put 6 hours into Pillar of Fire today, but that's because I was doing projects. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice when you can kind of put audiobooks on in the background while you're doing other stuff.
Yeah. And it's one of my 12 books on my current official TBR, and so I need to listen to it. And it sounds like his book 4 is coming out later this year. So
okay.
Yeah.
Those are really chunky books though too, aren't they?
They are. Have you read Pillars of the Earth?
No, it's sat on my TBR for a while.
It's so good. Book 2 is okay. Book 2 is okay because he's trying to recapture the same fire and he doesn't. This book 3 is pretty good. And then he had a prequel he wrote because every single book takes place like 200 years later. So it's
okay.
each one's a different gap in the same city. So it's a massively multi-generational. Like each book takes place over 70 years. So you get a whole scope of that era, and then you jump 200 years between books as a complete. Every one of them is a complete standalone, but there's still references back to what occurred in the other books. Yeah, book one's really good. I based my paladins off of the monks of Kingsbridge in their realism. I really appreciated how real they are. So,
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's worth reading.
Yeah, it's just intimidating. It's one of those ones where it's like it's a beefy series.
It is. You just got to do audiobook.
Yes.
And then you know what you're doing for the next 46 hours.
Let me get the vacuum, the mop, and then we'll plug in that audiobook.
Yep. How long do you mop for?
Well, let's see.
48 hours.
If I get a sponge and I go on my knees,
yeah, that's true.
Get every spot perfectly clean. Okay, so I have my quote here. I ended up having to go on Kindle where I have it highlighted because it's in the chunker of Nomads of the Sea by Kobe Zucker. And it is, humans treat grief like some sort of vile malady. It is more akin to a scab, uncomfortable, unsightly, and a sure sign that the body is healing. That's mine.
I'm trying to find mine still. I'm so sorry because I got too many tabs.
I need to go on Goodreads or something, I think.
That's what I had to look up my highlights in Kindle. Katie had to go. Where are you?
Oh, there you go. Okay, got mine. Anyone want to guess what book this is from before I even say it?
Frankenstein?
No.
Wuthering Heights.
Northanger Abbey.
I'm blanking on the name.
Persuasion.
No, okay.
Wow, none of the big three. All right.
Okay.
So it's Hob.
No, it's
wow.
His words cut off when Kima from the side swung his axe. The flower was cut from the stem, its red petals strewn.
Yes. Should have known. There's just so many books that you love. That's a good thing.
Listen, I was like, do I want to do this? Do I want to do a Robin Hood? Do I want to do Persuasion? Do I want to do Bear and the Nightingale? Those are like my big 4, 5.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know how to do math. So
Katie shared one, which was most life in the ocean lives in the shallows. And so it is with those living on the land, from Sunland.
Yeah, she's reading it right now. So
nice. And thank you for stopping by, Katie. Let's see. Here's another one. One cannot raise walls against what has been forgotten by R. Scott Baker, The Darkness That Comes Before. That's a good one, too.
I'm telling you, you'd make a killing on audiobooks.
Yeah. Maybe one day. For right now, I have a ton of books to read. Let's see. You're Not Alone with Ken Follett, Andrew.
Excellent. And I know that it's A.R. Witham's like favorite book ever.
Which one?
Oh, really?
Pillars of the Earth.
Evie,
I might have to reread it soon because we're probably going to have to do a conversation online.
Listen, Anita and I are slowly becoming one person, one entity, because we are sharing brains at this point. So I have been very disappointed if you didn't get that, Anita.
You have sales pitch opportunity.
Oh God, it's really hard for me to as much as I love this book, I know it's not going to be for everyone. If you're willing to keep an open mind, it is very much an homage to traditional fantasy, but it's still very, very unique where he's playing with structure. And if you like second person, or if you can kind of manage second person, it's in second person primarily, but it has second person, first person, and third person all weave together. It's just, here's the thing. I find it really hard to like sales pitch and like, I don't know, suggest books that I love so much because I'm just like, book good, book great. You should read. So
I was going to say that sounds like me when I'm trying to give an author pitch.
Yeah, to be fair though, it is a really tricky book to do a sales pitch for because there are so many moving parts to it. And I guess the best way to say it is it comes together really well. It's all done really well despite all the moving parts and all the different pieces put together.
yeah, it's not, I would argue that it's not like a puzzle that you have to figure out. It's just, there's a very, how do I say it? There's just like an ebb and flow to the prose, which is continues on. It's the same thing that he did with the Vanished Birds, in my opinion, but it's just the narrative structure he's more experimental with that, and it's just it's so good.
Anyone else have a quote?
Can I read a longer one?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know, I've never been in a boat before in all my life. What? Cried the rat, open-mouthed. Never been in a... You've never... Well, What have you been doing then? Is it so nice as all that? Asked the mole shyly, though he was quite prepared to believe it as he leaned back in his seat and surveyed the cushions, the oars, the rowlocks, and all the fascinating things, and felt the boat sway slightly underneath him. Nice? It's the only thing, said the water rat solemnly, as he leaned forward for a stroke. Believe me, my young friend, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, half so much worth as simply messing about in boats. Simply messing, he went on dreamily, messing about in boats. Look ahead, rat! Cried the mole suddenly.
So are you going to tell us what that's from?
Do you not know?
Wind in the Willows.
I haven't read that. I don't know either.
It's the most coziest book that's ever been written.
Basically.
Ooh.
I've seen the animated movie.
Yeah.
I have like 34 copies of it. This is the one that's done by illustrated by E.H. Shepard, who did Winnie the Pooh. And but anybody has done it, including if you read Mouse Guard, this is the artist who does Mouse Guard.
Oh wow.
And then I just got off of Kickstarter this one by Chris Dunn, who's a French artist.
Ooh. Oh wow.
So, yeah, I have one would say too many copies, but that's not possible.
Derek called you out as well. Andrew owns 30 copies. I knew the source, even though I never read it either.
Oh, Matt loves Mouse Guard. There you go. You got somebody.
Yes.
Wind in the Willows is so good.
I wish he would do some more Mouse Guard. He just makes his living now doing covers for other people and drawing whatever you want as a mouse at cons. So if you want Thor
cool.
as mouse, he'll do it.
That's awesome.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
I don't know what that quote is from, Matt, but that is gorgeous. What is the meaning of life? That was all. A simple question, one that tended to close in on one with years. The great revelation had never come. The great revelation perhaps never did come. Instead, there were little daily miracles, illuminations, matches struck unexpectedly in the dark. Here was one. That's really good. Where's it from, Matt? Tell me! I'm gonna be so mad if it's from a Sarah Told Me book that we've read together, and I'm gonna be embarrassed for myself. So.
I have one from the early part of Legend that there's been so many good quotes in this book. But one that I really liked in the beginning: each man had a breaking point, no matter how strong his spirit. Somewhere deep inside him, there was a flaw that only the fickle cruelty of fate could find. A man's strength was ultimately born of his knowledge of his own weakness. Druss knew.
Very cool.
There's been a lot of quotable. I wasn't expecting this to be as like I did not expect to pull out my Post-it tabs with this book, but I have been.
The quote that I remember the longest, it's not even from a work of fiction, it's from a letter that Jane Austen wrote, I think her niece, if I recall correctly. And she was saying it like in jest, but out of context, it's really wonderful. It's some wish, some prevailing wish is necessary to the animation of everybody's mind. And I love that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is another good one. It is my duty to read so that I am not blind.
That's nice. Where's that from?
Good one.
Nope, they didn't say yet.
I think that one popped up on Goodreads the other day. You know how if you get on it on your phone, it'll have the little like quote as it's loading the pages.
I don't know if I have.
Maybe I'm just on Goodreads too much.
Is it on the app or the like actual? Okay.
Yeah, oh yeah, like how it pops up.
Yeah.
While it loads, while it takes forever to load.
Yep.
I'm checking this now because
to answer your question, Derek, do you mean like the shelves? Like,
or is it like these? I got this you can find these at like art stores like Michael's, Joanne, Hobby Lobby.
Oh.
Yeah.
I bought these brass ones at Dollar General for $1.50.
There you go.
Did I mention that I don't have my glasses on? I was gonna be sarcastic and be like, "What do you mean, my hands?" So
maybe Derek doesn't have hands. No judgment.
I don't want to be exclusionary. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Although,
yeah.
Speaking of that, I kind of want to get like, just because my neck hurts so much from like looking down and reading, I want to get like. You guys talk about like pillows and stuff like that. I'm like, I want to get a pillow now.
It's so worth it. It's the only way that I survive. So out of our Shogun chat group, I'm the only one that actually read that physical copy. And very proud of that fact. But the only reason I made it was because I had like 2 pillows under the book when I was reading, because otherwise my back and my neck would have just been.
I just imagine your wrists would break under that weight.
Oh,
right?
yeah. And I have like very soft carpal tunnel anyways, because I write for a living. So I had to be really careful because that really heavy book, that'll get me pretty fast.
I mean, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, my paperback copy wasn't, I mean, it's not super heavy, not probably nearly as much as Shogun, but it was still like, I was just like, oh, I can't hold this up for like more than 5 seconds. I gotta set it down.
Yeah.
The CD case from the library on that weighed a lot too.
Really?
Because pre-COVID, they didn't have it up on any of the audiobook apps. So I ended up having to get the brick of CDs and listen to it in the car on the way to work.
Wow.
Jeez.
Really good audiobook.
So here's my question. How do you multitask audiobook while driving? I feel like my brain can't
Depends on
do
the
those.
book.
Okay. Yeah, that would be me.
It very much so. Like I listened to Ken Liu's first book, and did fine because it was while I was working and I was bored. But then when I was moving, I tried to listen to book 2, and it was putting me to sleep while I was driving. And so I was like, nope, this ain't happening. So I had to quit that one. But Michael Kramer's a very dry reader.
Yeah.
I tried to listen to Kit Elliott's King's Dragon, and I ended up having to put it down until to start to read the physical, because the audiobook, I was not tracking anything.
Right.
So it depends on the book, depends on the actor.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like the ones I've tried 2 seconds and I'm like, nope, I need to not swerve off the road here.
Jonathan Strange is so entertaining, and the audiobook is really entertaining, and he flips back and forth to the footnotes really easily, and it's just an entertaining listen. It's like listening to a radio show.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you haven't read it, the audiobook is worth it.
I'll keep that in mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I feel like we were talking about it on. I was talking to somebody about this. I don't know. Like, my memory is shot. So if we've talked about this before, just pretend like this is brand new news to you guys. But most of the time, I cannot listen to fiction audiobooks unless I'm immersion reading. But nonfiction, that's the only way I can like process history or memoir or anything like that, because I don't know. I don't know, but that's I used to when I worked at the barn, I would put on a audiobook, nonfiction, or a podcast, and I'd be able to process it while doing brainless manual labor. Great.
Let's see, we have another quote. Is this? Yes. Their words are never soft, Horse King, just too sharp to feel.
Huh.
Yeah. What's this from?
Something with a horse king.
Horse King.
Hello. Not late at all. Thanks for joining. I feel like Sanderson's books work well on audio. He tends to repeat character relations and magic system details, so I don't have to worry too much about catching every little detail. This is true. My only problem was Michael Kramer. I tried the audiobook for Words of Radiance, and it actually put me off enough that I had to retry reading the book twice before I was like, I need a break.
That happened to me with book 4.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't have time to read it, so I listened to it, and I'm glad I've listened to the first. I'm glad I read the first 3, because the voices did throw me off pretty badly, and I'm gonna read book 5. I'm not listening to it.
Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. I still need to read Strange and Oral.
You can get good money for that if you ever want to sell it. That's a hard set to find.
Is it just out of print now?
No, specifically the 3-volume set.
Yeah. Okay. Nonfiction audiobooks are way easier for me. I treat them like a 10 to 15 hour podcast. Yeah. It was Backer again. The Unholy Consult.
So is it Baker or is it Backer? Because I've heard both ways.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. I've heard both ways as well.
Okay.
I feel like it's tomato, you know?
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got just read in Dictator, as long as there is life, there is hope. I like that one.
Did Cicero say that, Anita? I feel like that's something Cicero would not say.
Whoops. Oh, I did the same thing. I am tired of Kramer with 3 Wheel of Time books. Sorry, Anita. Derek says Warbreaker has a fantastic narrator, not Kramer. Okay. Or Redding. Reading?
Kate Redding, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't mind Kate Redding so much. It was just I couldn't retain anything from Michael Kramer. It just went in one ear and out the other.
I immersion read a Natural History of Dragons, and I realized after the fact that Kate Redding was the narrator. I was like, oh my gosh, she's fantastic. So
yeah.
Sometimes it's just a matter of the book they're in, right? Like the guy who reads Strange and Norrell, he does a lot of P.G. Woodhouse, and I don't really like his P.G. Woodhouse readings, but he was great for Norrell. And it just because he just obviously enjoyed himself more, or just had more fun playing with the voices. But
I imagine it is like acting in a way, I suppose, of if the role fits the actor and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tomato
like I will probably never be the audiobook narrator for, say, Kushiel's Dart. Just wouldn't work. I don't know. My voice would work for it.
You sure?
All right, Matt, I'm gonna write some fan fiction under the name T.O. Motto. It's gonna happen. Just give me the idea.
Excellent.
Well, Matt, I am working on a P.G. Woodhouse meets Jonathan Strange book. I'm 3/4 of the way through it.
Ooh.
Note to
We'll get there.
self.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So clearing TBR's one.
Mind you, I've never actually read anything by P.G. Wodehouse. I've only heard the name. So are they like a Agatha Christie-esque type?
No, they're satire.
Okay.
So it's it's the non-existent golden time of England in the 1920s and 30s, and it's absurd. So like start with the Jeeves and Wooster is a fantastic way to go. Code of the Woosters is great, and Wooster is an idiot and lazy rich and comes home drunk every night, and so somebody never says who hires for him the butler, the valet Jeeves, who in the end always takes care of everything by the end. So like aunts will show up and say, I need you, Bertie, to go and steal this thing for me so that you can give it back to me so that my husband will finance my magazine that's going under. And he'll show up and try to steal the item and get in trouble. And everybody else wants him to steal the item too. So 3 people are asking him to steal the item. And in the end, it all matters. All that comes back to is that Jeeves will fix it in the end. But Jeeves actually fixed it on page 1. You just don't realize it. So it's just a bunch of people, a bunch of rich British people in the 1920s. So think like Downton Abbey, only it's not a drama. It's just a comedy.
So which one did you say I should start with?
Start with Code of the Woosters. So he's written lots of standalones. He's written a lot of Jeeves and Wooster stories, which is Wooster is actually it's first person telling. He also has a lot of Blanding stories, which have never crossed over. But I think his best book he ever wrote is Leave It to P. Smith. So it's Smith spelled with a P, like Psalms.
Okay.
And his name is he says it's Smith. It's Smith spelled with a P. You know, like in shrimp. It's so stupid, but it's so funny. They're really good. Yeah.
The old DVD portrayals of those are also quite excellent.
We're actually in the middle of doing a rewatch right now. We watch it every year, which is the TV show is with Fry and Laurie playing Jeeves and Wooster. It's so good. It's so true to the source. So if you don't have time, you just want to watch it, look up Jeeves and Wooster and get the DVDs or get it online. It's so good. Yeah. It's so stupid.
I'm just going to show my age here, but now I know where Ask Jeeves came from.
Exactly. Yep. And that's true, Matt. He wrote from his first book he wrote in 1901, and he died he wrote 1 book a year. He only slowed down during World War II to a book every 18 months.
Wow.
And wrote till he died in 1975.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see. I'm curious to know if you had to recommend one book, what would it be?
I mean, other than The Sphere Cuts Through Water?
Yeah, you already did your sales pitch for that.
Okay.
Pick another
Who are
one,
we
Evie.
pitching to?
Am I recommending it to the general masses, or who am I recommending it to?
I'll let you decide, because I'm curious who you would want to recommend to, whether it's general public or a specific booktuber, if it's a friend, or just whatever one you want to scream about.
So I would recommend. Actually, let me think about it for a second. If somebody else has one.
What was the question?
Recommend a book.
Recommend a book.
Never Die by Rob J. Hayes. It's just habit at this point. I have that one, Andrew.
The Curse of
Chalion by Lois McMaster Bujold. She deserves the revolution, the reintroduction to BookTube that Hobbs been getting lately. Lois needs to be read. So it is a terrible cover. So don't base it on the cover, because she's never had a good cover on this book. but it is based in a fantasy setting that is equivalent to the courting of Ferdinand and Isabella. So it's a Spanish medieval setting, and the magic. The best way to pitch it is if you took medieval manuscripts on what they thought magic was, and that's actually truth. That's the magic. And the main character is people always say it's a much older character than you normally see. He's like 35, but he's lived a very long life and has been on a galleon like Ben-Hur for like 15 years and is now coming home. And he's hired to be the tutor for the Isabella character, and she's being sent off to meet the Ferdinand character, whose family is under a massive magical curse, and he basically takes it on his shoulders to solve it. And I just saw a review of somebody say there is no single page or chapter you can take out of this book, because every single one of them is necessary. And it's a juggernaut of a book, and it just like Tiago's books, like my books, like yours, Tori, too. With Bruhai, it just moves. It never stops. It never stops moving, but it's never crashing at any time. So, Curse of Chalion.
Not that you know anything about Bruhai or anything.
No, I don't. I've never read any chapters. I'm not on chapter 11.
Nope.
No.
I saw that coming.
Am I allowed to recommend non-fantasy?
Yes, you recommend whatever you want to shout about.
So I really enjoy reading memoirs as kind of a break from fantasy. And one of the ones that has really stuck with me that I recommend to pretty much everybody, regardless of reading taste, because I think it basically hits for pretty much everybody, is The Girl with Seven Names by Han-So Lee. This is the story of a young woman who defected from North Korea, and it's an incredible book, and I think pretty much everyone should read it. So that's my pitch for that.
Read the book.
Short, sweet, to the point. Well, it was kind of interesting because I read two back to back, this one and then Every Falling Star by Sung-Ju Lee. And it was interesting to get two completely different perspectives because they're both memoirs of North Korea and people who defected from North Korea. But like Hyun-So Lee was raised in a more aristocratic family in North Korea, where Sung-Ju was raised in like the, streets of one of the city or towns and was kind of at the bottom of things. And so it was really interesting to read these back to back from each other. But
so I'm going to recommend two because I don't like to follow rules.
Unacceptable.
So my initial instinct was to go for Lebona by Otessa Moshfegh. If you like, I feel like any grimdark fantasy fan needs to read this book. It is absolutely disgusting. And it's kind of fable-like, and it's so good. So good. It's like a fictional medieval-esque town, but there's like old woman who's still able to wet nurse everyone. Literally, she's wet nursed everyone in the town. And there's a guy who like, I don't know, I don't know how to describe, again, I don't know how to describe this book and sell this book without being like, book good. Please read.
You've got someone else on your team there, Evie.
Yep, Kaiju's here.
And I'm speaking for Matt. I know he likes the book as well because we actually read it together. And then the other one, and you'll be happy about this, Palace of Illusions by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. I butchered that name, but it's so good. Everyone's all like, "Oh, Kaikei, we finally have like non-Western retellings." She's been doing this for 20, 30 years. And this is just a retelling of the myth of, oh God, I'm going to butcher the name. Panchali, there you go. The myth of Panchali from the Mahabharata. And it's just, her writing is so gorgeous. It just feels like something so naturally coming from like those myths and those kind of religious texts, and it's just so good. Yes, Anita, there you go.
There we go. That's it. Let's see. I think I missed one here. We have a recommendation from Monster Hunter International by Larry Coriel. I can't pronounce names. I apologize. Thank you.
Korea. The only reason I know how to pronounce that name is because I watched one of Andrew Wizard League Reed's videos earlier, and he was talking about Larry Korea.
It is added. And Anitha wants to know, Tori, are you still buddy reading that? Was that Never
Curse of
Die?
Shalion?
Oh,
No,
Curse of Shalion.
Curse of Shalion. Yes. It's more a question of when at this point. Because I only have like a stack of things that people are like, are we buddy reading that? We're buddy reading that, right? And I'm like, I'm getting to it. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
When you do, I will jump in on that buddy reading.
Nice. Sounds good. We can have a roundtable discussion about it.
Very much so.
Sounds like a plan.
Maybe
late summer.
It's been pitched to me as Jane Austen-esque. Not like yeah. More in like the society stuff.
Yeah, I can see that. I bet you will really like book 2, but you have to read book 1 first, because book 2 takes place like 5 minutes later. So it's a standalone, and it's a basically a Lady Violet is told, so you're out to pasture now that your curse is gone, and blah blah blah. And she goes, I'm gonna go on a pilgrimage. See you. And they're like, well, okay, honey, we'll send you some escorts so you can go on a pilgrimage. She's like, no, I'm gone. And she just leaves and gets involved in, and it's a crone cycle story. So it's her basically saying, I am not worthless, but who am I? And her having to take on huge magical responsibilities for some heavy things. And she's like, yeah, this is no worse than the life I've had already. So bring it on. And it's really good. She's the Queen Mother. And yeah, it's a really good book. But you got to read book 1 first. So
yeah, that sounds really good.
She's from Columbus. I didn't know that.
Nice, Anitha. Varsha is awesome. Also, by the way,
awesome.
Reading by just reading by Rainy Mountain, I think, is her booktube channel. Y'all should go check it out.
Yes.
Yeah, she was on yours last night.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she was on the 2nd episode of Imposter Syndrome.
Right. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Recommend We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle.
That one's on my TBR.
Same.
Like, I really wanted to read it, and then Mike started talking it up, and I was like, I really want to read it. Mike and I tend to have some pretty heavily overlapping taste as far as what I think the style of books that we like. So that gives me high expectations.
Yeah, I've heard it had I've just heard great things about it at this point. It's one of those books I'm starting to save because I know I'm probably going to have a really good time with it.
Saving for the rainy day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, I agree. Just take all my money. Awesome. Well, if I had to recommend, because I've had lots of time to think about this too, The Alchemy of Sorrow, which is a collection of short stories focused on loss, grief, and hope. There's all kinds of stories in here. It's fantasy, some sci-fi. Yeah, there was a lot of emotions going through this one. Also, just look at it. It's beautiful.
The covers for those are fantastic.
I expanded my screen, so I was going to ask, so is that an anthology or is it by one author? And then I saw anthology, so I was like, ha ha! It really works. You don't have.
You think I would be better at pitching too, but I'm not. It's a book. I love it. Read it. Look at how pretty it is.
It's like I think when I did the author speed date with Andy Witham like a week or so ago, we got on, and about 30 seconds before we were going to go live, Andy was like, okay, I'm going to have you guys all do a 1-sentence pitch for your books right away when we go live, and then we'll go into each author. And of course that would be something you would think that I would have already, like, yeah, I got that. I was like scribbling stuff on the page next to me, like, okay, keywords, all right.
Yeah, it's not like you have that in the back pocket at all, ready at
I
all
should.
times. You know, just bring out the cue card, laminated card, hand it out.
Got it.
I wrote a pitch for my book. It's 155 words long. 55,000 words long.
I was going to say, right?
Yeah.
If I had wanted to give you the 1-sentence version, I would have. It would have just been 500 pages with 1 sentence.
Flash fiction at its finest.
Well, like that book, the book that's everything that men know about women.
It's just blank pages.
Just blank pages. Yeah, that sold really well.
Yep.
This one, I have a tough time recommending it to anyone, but The Solitudes by John Crowley, the first in his Egypt tritology. I have not heard of that one, but I will look that up.
I still need to read Little Big by John Crowley. So one day, Matt, I will read it.
Thank you.
Also, I never said it. Congratulations on 1K. I'm so sorry, Kay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Thank you. Completely informal celebration. So,
and you're let's see, are you already halfway to 2K now?
I doubt it. I got a ways to go. Hello, Theo.
Sup, Theo?
Anitha, please. My heart. Just not the right.
She will not give up until we both have read it.
Did you not see The Beast and The Heartbreaker that I am reading at the moment? My heart can only take so much.
That is a emotional ride through that book.
I cannot even say what happens in the first 260 some pages that I've read, because this will like get striked or something.
Yep. Yep.
There's a lot of bad things that happen in
the opening of House of Chains is no holds barred for sure.
Yeah. One day I will get back to Guns of the Dawn, Anitha. I'll count that as your recommendation. Thank you.
I
was going to say, when you popped on earlier, Evie, your hair looks awesome today.
I'm having a great hair day, actually. It's wonders that if you actually take care of your hair, it actually looks better. I highly recommend hair bonnets at night, silk bonnets at night, because that has been a game changer for me. So
nice.
Oh, nice.
It only took me 35 years to figure that out.
When I finally started using like curly girl products, I was like, oh, these do actually work.
It's not.
Imagine that.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yes, Voice of War.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Wait, he has the third. I thought the third book was coming out.
Nope,
all three are out. Yeah.
All three.
Yeah, they're all.
And you can immersion read it through YouTube.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. If people in the chat, if you don't know about the fantasy audiobook channel on YouTube, you should definitely check it out. I can't remember exactly what it's called.
I do remember.
That's what it's called.
It's something very simple like that, because Zach and a bunch of other indie authors are putting up their audiobooks on there for free. So you're getting like full-on fantasy books.
Yeah.
You can just listen to it on YouTube.
When they launched it, like it basically immediately was like deleted or something like that. So obviously they sorted it all out, whatever it was.
Yeah.
They just had to confirm that they were the copyright owners.
Yep. Which makes sense. I mean, if you're uploading a whole bunch of random audiobooks to your channel, I can see where YouTube would be like,
what?
Hold up.
Excuse me?
Wait a second.
But they still and they still get paid for you listening to it, so it's not harming their author. So.
Well, their watch time must be fantastic.
Looking here, I think it's
Thanks,
the
Daniel.
Epic Fantasy Audiobooks.
There you go.
And they are 6K subscribers at the moment, which is incredible because the last time I checked, they were just like at a couple hundred. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan put it in the chat if you guys need it, or at least the name. So if you
perfect. Yeah. There we go. Thank you.
Yep.
Nice. Enjoy, Theo.
So I have a question for you guys. After I finish Legend, I'm going to take out one of my longer reads for April, and I'm trying to decide if I should read the slightly lighter Dragon Rider book or if I should start First Law.
I vote Ascendant because if it's one, it's lighter, and two, I can't remember if you DNF or not. But even if you don't like it, you can always just...
Yeah, I mean, I do. It typically takes quite a bit I don't know. I feel like I've gotten more liberal in my DNFing capabilities in the last few months just because I want to actually get to all of the books that do work.
Yeah.
But I don't, I mean, I'm excited to read both of them.
Welcome,
thank you for that, Derry, by the way. My brain was so fried and I was like, oh my gosh.
I wonder why your brain would be fried after all these live streams you've been doing.
I'm fine. Totally fine. I've just been chugging kombucha all day.
Oh, okay. There's not a cry for help there at all. I'm in the readathon and I need a friend to recommend this one. So not in a creepy way. Yes, I will be your friend. Take that as my recommendation. I hope you enjoy it. You can also immerse and read it.
There were several people in my team that was like, does it count as a friend if one of my favorite booktubers recommend? I'm like, yes. It's fine.
Love that.
Yep.
Hello, welcome. Thank you.
So I have a question for you, Kayla, and also for everybody else, but mostly for Kayla. I know you do violin. I know you play violin.
Yes.
So are you going to do non-bookish content on your channel of playing your violin or anything like that? And what other non-bookish things do you like to do outside of reading?
So probably not non-bookish content in the sense of violin. For me, violin is more for myself. It's kind of like my own personal therapy. And to be quite frank, I started learning violin at about 21, 22. You think I'd be further along than I am. However, that is not the case.
Violin is hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
There's a saying in it that 10 years playing violin only equates you to a good beginner. You're still considered like an amateur.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of technique to it, a lot of precision time. It's like one of the most complicated instruments you can learn. So despite my 10 years playing this instrument, over the last 2 years, I'd say, is when I started learning pieces like Bach, right? So I don't think anyone needs to hear the cat screeching. That is my violin.
I doubt it's that bad. I highly doubt that.
It's improved slightly, but Bach isn't going to sound like Bach.
We'll have to do one of those TikTok duets where we do our violins back and forth. That would be awesome.
Yes.
Wait, I didn't realize you play violin too, Tori.
I do.
When did you start?
7.
Oh, so you're just like a pro in comparison to
I haven't. No, I have not played for seriously played since before I was in college. So I'm very rusty. My mom was like, "Do you want to play violin for an Easter song this year?" And I was like, "You don't want me to play violin for an Easter song this year." And trust me, you don't. So I would not. Yeah, I'm very rusty.
Fair. I go 2 weeks without playing to like take a break sometimes, and
Well, and then you lose the calluses on your oh my gosh, my brain's not working. String fingers.
yeah.
And like strings on a violin hurt if you're not used to playing for a while.
Well, that and your dexterity, your ability to move your fingers independently of one another in quick succession.
Yep.
Holy, it's like athletic level, and just this hand doesn't have that capability. It's doing the bow.
Yep.
I have this weird recurring dream ever since I was a kid that I could like beautifully, amazingly play a piano and just like sit down and just bust out like a beautiful song that's not even like Bach or classical, just like, oh, someone wants me to play a song. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. I've had literally one piano lesson in my life and I sucked at it. So I don't know why I keep having this recurring dream.
Well, it takes practice. It takes time, maybe. So you just gotta chug along, keep going.
I put all that time into horses, so
that's fair.
That's my focus.
So let me throw the question back at you, Evie. Non-book related content, horse videos.
No, so funny thing.
Barn vlog.
So I originally called my channel Reads and Rides because I was thought about doing like vlogs of like being at the barn and riding, and then I realized this is my trainer's, like it's a family farm, like it's on her property, and I'm like, none of these are my horses, so like I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, obviously I changed it, but I mean, I'm mostly on Instagram anyways, and I'll post like pictures of the horses every so often. So
how many do you have?
I don't have any, unfortunately, but my trainer has 7. Well, so she has 7 at the barn, and then she has 2 up the street that just got moved to the barn up the street. So we'll like walk. She'll be like, "Hey, you want to go get the horses?" I'm like, "Sure." So we'll walk up and we'll go walk the horses down the street to ride for the day. But yeah, so I love them so much. Anyways, but Andrew, what about you? Other than writing and reading, I got
maps. I do my maps.
Yeah.
I play a little bit of guitar, and then I play drums.
Oh, nice!
So cool.
So
like jazz drumming, or
I wish that would be so much fun. I don't own any drums. I usually play on other people's. So like right now I'm playing on an electric, which is okay. It's not a real kit, but it's still fun. So it's fun being the backbone when you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I'm not terrible.
Nice. My husband plays bass, and he loves the power trios. Like Rush is his favorite band ever. But he used to be in like a jazz band when he was in his 20s, and they would just like do just sessions or whatever.
Has he read the books based on Rush?
So he's read Clockwork Angel, the one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, he's read that one, and I bought the other 2.
Okay.
2 books. I don't think he's read them yet. But yeah, R.I.P. Professor. That's all I'll say.
Wrote those with Kevin J. Anderson.
Yeah. So what was I gonna say? So yeah, like I was going to learn bass because I was like, you know what? I want to be involved with something that you're interested in. No, that's not gonna work. Oh yeah. Oh, I am not musically inclined. It's a miracle that I was able to get through concert band playing flute. So,
speaking of, we have
Hello.
Flute and piano. Very impressive. I failed at both. And then Tori, just going back in the chat and trying to catch up here. You have both for Ascendant and
Yes.
one for, I think, the First Law. And let's
I mean, I'm
see.
kind of leaning toward Ascendant.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'm gonna Blade itself. I'm not worried about.
That
You'll
seems
get to
like-
it eventually.
Yeah.
Right. It will be this month.
Yes.
The Blade itself seems like a book that not quite Malazan level of dense, but something that
It's from
probably
what
not
I've
work through.
I've been told that the plot's pretty light, but it's very heavy on character. And that
Oh,
sounds
you
like a
hate
book.
that.
I know it's going to be awful, but somebody's got to
Yeah.
do it. So yeah, I'm not really that worried.
Did your preference a book needs to be like a literal laundry list? Alex walks into bar.
Yes.
Alex draws sword.
I need every
That's your
detail
book.
and some
Yes.
insta love for sure.
Yep.
And then it will be a winner for me.
So just going to throw heliotrope out there for you.
As an insta love.
just putting it on the platter, so to speak. Yes, I don't, maybe, okay, so how about this? Maybe I can do reading sprints with audiobooks in future while I knit or crochet.
Nice. You could have like craft nights.
Ooh,
I will show up with a crochet hook.
Done deal.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
done.
I can crochet a mean line.
You're in.
Foundation chain. Let's do it. Just
Yeah.
like loop them all together for a really nice like scarf.
Like literally 7 years ago, like the first like holiday season that my husband and I were dating, my now brother-in-law got me one of those like crochet little character things, and it was
Oh, yeah.
Star Wars. And I haven't opened it because I'm too scared. I'm like, and my husband keeps saying, he's like, just learn. And I was like,
Yeah.
I want to learn not with this yarn because this is special yarn. Like this, I gotta master it first. Guess who hasn't mastered anything? Me. So
It's like buying a leather journal.
yeah,
Mhm.
like,
They are purchased to be looked at. They are not purchased to be used.
or in my case, I'm like, I need the perfect occasion, the perfect reason for me to like write in this thing or use this pen or so
Yeah, for the first 5 pages, and then it goes back on the shelf
yeah.
with the other ones. Yeah.
So many journals that are just one page and then
Just join us for the crochet, Evie. We'll help you. We'll teach you.
It's way easier than knitting, in my opinion, just because I have tried and can't.
I do knit.
Nice.
I can knit a square. And
I
that's
can't
only-
do that.
It's only because I worked night shift, and the lady that I worked night shift with, most of the nights, she also knit, and she's like, "I'm going to teach you how to knit, so you're not sitting there doing nothing." I was like, "Okay."
Nice.
So
Aw.
That's awesome.
And just in response to this, I don't know if I'll do an intro with the violin, but I have considered doing an outro with ukulele
Yes. Do it.
because of copyright and all that music
Oh.
junk on YouTube, and I have no idea how it works. So
Just write a song and throw it up. Put some prose in there.
just use the same 4 chords that are in every song ever.
Yep.
Yep. That's what I did for Happy Mapsidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go.
Just throw it together.
Is there anything
What's
you
the
can't
worst
do?
that can happen?
Yes, I can't blow bubbles in bubblegum to save my life. Can't do it.
really,
I've been trying since I was a kid. Never could do it.
Really?
Nope.
Now what?
Bless my husband. He's always like, "It's so easy. You just," and I'm like, I know it's so easy. Trust me, I know it's so easy.
I feel this fear very much. Oh, got up on a stage in front of people and had to play the violin. Don't play violin.
See, it's not so bad if you're in a group. Like I played with an orchestra for 8 years and it was so much fun. It was so much fun. So if you're in a group and you make a mistake, you can hide it easier.
I feel like you are misleading me because everything my violin teacher has told me is the complete opposite of that. She's like, if your bow is out of place, everyone
I
will
mean,
know.
well, yeah, but
Okay.
I mean, if you play a slightly wrong note, nobody will be able to tell where it's coming from.
Right. Okay.
Out in
Okay.
the
Just keep the
audience.
bow in.
Yeah, as long as the bow is going the same direction, you're fine.
Perfect. Play a mean kazoo. Yes. You know what? We're gonna
Nice.
form a booktube band.
Yes. Andrew can play the drums.
Yep.
That was what I
Yeah.
wanted to ask earlier. Andrew, are we gonna
Yeah.
get some more baking videos?
I'd
Bread
like to.
videos?
I'd like to.
I
We can make
would.
cinnamon rolls.
Oof.
Can I
That's
be?
like whole table cinnamon roll.
Yes.
With
Put the
raisins.
No. You
Yeah.
ruined
I'm okay
it
with
right
it.
there. No.
Yeah,
No.
cinnamon raisins. Absolutely.
No.
Maybe
Dairy
someday when I
Sage.
finally buy a Kruth, I want to buy a Welsh Kruth, which is like an old lute violin.
Mm.
Maybe I'll learn that live on YouTube. Maybe I should do that.
Nice.
That would be
awesome.
fun. Derry
What do
can be our
you-
lead singer.
Derry, do you sing soprano or alto?
I don't even know what those words mean. No, I'm just kidding.
John, you're in. Finger tapping.
Yeah.
We
Hey.
need someone to keep rhythm.
That's right.
Philip says he can whistle really well. Do you listen to Andrew Bird, who did the whistling behind Walter in the Muppet movie? And he's been an indie violin guitar whistler since like 95. So he's been indie since before indie existed. He's really good.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm catching up with the chat, everyone. This is
Thank
what
you,
happens when I
John.
get
I
away.
think hot takes discussion is John, right?
Yeah.
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 Raisins do not belong in pastries. Thank you.
100% do.
Derry's in for the crafting sprints.
My husband is very nice now. He'll make oatmeal cookies and he will make me a line of them that don't have raisins in them because that's just the superior option.
Oh my god, now I just have an overwhelming desire, tangentially related, to make no-bake cookies.
Oh yeah. Can't go wrong with those.
Cookies are
Yeah.
just
Oatmeal
so
molasses.
awesome.
No-bake
Yeah.
cookies are the only thing that I can't ruin because you put the ingredients in, and then put it in the fridge. So
I make energy bites for my kids too sometimes, and it's like the oatmeal peanut butter, like with the chocolate chips and stuff in there, and those are pretty easy too.
I also agree with this take, John. No, thank
Depends
you.
on the pastry and the nuts.
pecans, yes, do belong in pastries. Otherwise, no.
And by
Eh.
definition, a pistachio muffin should have pistachios in it and on it, and be green.
Can it not just be like a paste? I don't want to have the crunchy feel between the soft, muffiny, cupcakey
Sure.
part.
Yeah.
That's my issue. I don't
Yeah.
like the texture change.
Mm.
Yeah.
Maybe if
Well,
you
yeah, like I'm
flakes
not a
on the
huge
top.
fan of nuts in my fudge. Fudge needs to be just fudge.
Thank you.
I'm not a fan of fudge.
That's because you haven't had my fudge.
Get her
I
out
mean,
of here,
I'm
Kate.
willing
No.
to change my mind, but
I will change your mind. So I get it. The problem with fudge can be like one bite, you're like, ugh, I am so done.
the texture is just so like much.
But then you're not.
I got you back. I got you
Yeah.
back.
Okay.
The most that I'll do, I mean, if my husband wants like peanuts or whatever or walnuts in his fudge, I'll eat it. But it's not like, oh god, I will never eat it. If it's the only thing that's offered, I will eat it because it's food and I like food. But the most that I will willingly go is marshmallow in my fudge. I do like marshmallow in my fudge.
Oh, I never tried that.
Your children are going nuts.
My house is falling down behind the bookshelves. Nobody panic. It's fine.
Or then you have to, like the wall come down.
Yeah.
The books slowly fall out of the case.
Like we're just having an earthquake. It's fine.
Yeah.
Same, Barry.
Yeah, I was actually the same.
Mm-hmm. I had children and now I'm an alto.
And Matt, you're right. The secret to good fudge is using marshmallow cream.
That sounds really good.
I make fudge. You can pound a pound of it and not bat an eye.
Nice.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
We have a guitar.
Oh yeah, worth
We have
it.
a guitar player.
Nice.
I mean,
Oh.
his channel name is Punk Rock Cereal Bowl. He's already got it.
Clearly. That's the name of the band.
Matt, I'm so jealous right now.
We have an oatmeal raisin lover here. Wait. Oh yeah. I kind of get this. If you're expecting one thing
Yeah.
and you get something completely
Yes.
different, even
Yep.
just slightly different, yeah, that would put me off.
Yes, like sweet potato pie.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The first time I had sweet potato pie, I was like, oh yay! And I took a huge bite thinking it was pumpkin pie. I was so disappointed.
I love
Now I won't touch it.
potatoes. I love sweet potatoes, but by themselves. If you
Sure.
add anything else to it, I'm like, nope.
See, I make I'm not a baker by any means, that's my husband, but I like to cook, and I have a family chili recipe that has cubed sweet potatoes in it that's really good.
I guess that would offset like the like kind of spicy.
And it's not so sweet that you're moving away from the savory. It just has like this tiny bit of flavor change. So it's good.
Tori says she can't /
Dairy.
doesn't cook. Yeah. Thank goodness for my bestie. But organize, tidy, find homes for item, create space for stuff.
That's a skill set.
Yeah, come to my home, Derry. Come help me organize my
Please.
house because it is chaos. This is a facade.
We only look organized.
And John says, if the nut is in the name of the pastry, fine. But I won't eat it. If it isn't in the name of the pastry, it should not be there. Let's see. That's fair too, actually. The savory flavors over the baking.
My wife says savory. Drives me
Same.
nuts. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna get some ice cream. She'll be like, oh yeah, make me some popcorn too. I'm like, I said ice cream.
No, that clearly translated to popcorn.
Yes.
John says you're going to be talking and we're going to slowly see the wall getting holes punched into.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise. I wouldn't even flinch because it wouldn't surprise me. Especially it's the witching hour at my house right now, so my children have random energy that they should not have at 8:30 in the evening.
Stop giving them energy balls, Tori.
Not at 8:30, I don't.
So I worked at a coffee shop with a bakery for 3 years, so picked up a lot of baking knowledge by proxy. Like to make homemade candy more though. That is
Yes.
very impressive.
Fun.
That's a very delicate skill. Like my grandpa used to make Christmas candy all the time and like caramels and stuff, and it's amazing how precise that is.
Yeah. I have struggled to make fudge for too long, to the point where I think I got to my 12th batch that was failed and I was like, done. I am forever buying fudge from the store.
I think I would have like stopped after failed batch 2 and you got to 12.
I was stubborn. I wanted fudge. And Katie is back. I am at a stage in my life where I cook for a family of 10. Oh, I need the same thing for a week. Wow. Yeah. I get that stage.
I'm a creature of habit. My husband does not understand it. He's like, how can you eat the same thing every day? Not that I do, but I want to. And he's like, I can't do that. He's like, I have to have variety. And I'm like, this is why we have not lost the newlywed weight, sir. So 7 years later. So
It's true.
Yeah. Chemistry.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Matt, have you made a sea foam / honey crunchy? That's fun.
Is that the like toffee, the expanded toffee with baking soda?
With baking soda.
Yeah, okay.
It's fun to make and it's so good.
It's so bad for your teeth though.
Yeah.
Dentists
What are
will
you gonna
not
do?
appreciate it.
You only live once.
True.
so is it kind of like cotton candy? Or
No, it's have you ever had like crunchy, which is like like sea foam, chocolate covered sea foam at like a candy store? You take honey or sugar and get it molten, and then you throw powdered sugar in it and expands it, and it's really hard, but it's crunchy. That's the only way to describe it, but it's super honeyish.
Oh,
It also expands and changes texture, consistency, everything.
Yeah.
so is it like a solid block, or is it just like it expands and it's hollow on the inside, or whatever?
No, it's a solid block of air bubbles.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Honeycomb candy is what it's also known for. Yeah, we know it as crunchies here, which is the chocolate covered one you're talking about. But we also
or violets, they're called too, for the little bite-sized ones.
Yeah, I think you can also buy them just by the block without any chocolate or anything. I think they call that just something toffee, something toffee here.
Interesting.
Yeah.
To answer Derry's early question, this is what that's marshmallow cream.
Oh, the jet puffed?
Yeah. It makes your fudge a lot less dense.
I don't know if it's just a New England thing, but I didn't see it until I moved up here, but marshmallow fluff, the like brand marshmallow fluff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the same thing as marshmallow cream, but my husband loves it on his sandwiches, and it's like
on his meat sandwiches, or just between bread with like Nutella.
He'll put like peanut butter and marshmallow cream or fluff. Yeah,
it's like a s'more.
Yeah.
He's like, not sorry, Jay.
He tells me, he's like, you eat fish food, the Ben and Jerry's ice cream, which is the superior ice cream. I will fight anyone on that. He's like, that's got marshmallow, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, anyways, now I'm really hungry. So
that's Philip too.
Yep. Sorry, Philip.
I eat food. Like sometimes if I'm reading at 11 p.m., I get hungry. I just go eat something and come back. I can't not eat.
Yeah, I'm a snacker.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that most of the time. If I eat late at night, that's it. I'm awake. I'm awake for hours. There is no bedtime.
I just don't like how fast food goes away. Like you go downstairs and you go, I'm gonna get myself a stack of Oreos and eat this while I'm editing for the next hour. And you look down 5 minutes later, they're all gone. You're like, what happened?
Yeah.
I need to apologize to Derry for a moment. If we can be serious. Derry, I'm really, really sorry. John is now my best friend because fish food is the single best ice cream flavor in the whole world, according to him. And he's now my best friend. So I'm so sorry, Derry. I'm really, really sorry. So.
Did that just happen live on Kay's channel?
Yes.
It did.
Ooh.
They probably don't even. Derry probably doesn't even have fish food down there. How could she possibly come back on that?
Listen, we're a global society at this point. So
Ben and Jerry's ain't.
I will tell you something, Evie. I am your neighbor, and I have no idea what that is.
Ben and Jerry's ice cream?
Well, no, the fish food, whatever that is.
Yes, Ben and Jerry's ice cream, fish food.
I have no idea. It's like tucked in the corner of our freezers. We have other name brands we focus on, or at least I do.
It's a safe ice cream. It has, like a salmon and shrimp flavor to it. And it's fish food, right?
I don't know.
No. It's basically Rocky Road, but without the nuts. That's all it is, honestly.
So. Okay, you said without nuts. I'm good. We're good. Here, Andrew's comment is questionable. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, ate two ice cream sandwiches listening to
Yes.
What? Sorry. KGK is blowing my mind right now. Ben and Jerry's has an awesome ice cream cookbook. I need to look that up.
We're just gonna ignore this comment.
Listen, she doesn't exist to me anymore.
Oh no.
Derry, you can come live with me. It's fine.
I love you, Derry.
He needs another friend because
I I might
Moose tracks.
send my husband out to go get ice cream. I'm pretty sure we're out. We don't have anything in the freezer.
It's just moose tracks.
And that's the live stream, everyone.
I was gonna
Thanks
say,
for
it's-
talking about ice cream with us.
Yeah. Fish food is just moose tracks.
Yeah.
Chocolate ice cream with gooey marshmallow swirls, caramel swirls, and fudge fish. Do the fudge fish have caramel inside of them, like
No.
moose tracks?
No.
So it's not the superior food because moose tracks is better because there's caramel and peanut butter inside of it too.
So you just said peanut butter and that nope.
Sorry, I missed
Caramel, yes.
Philip's comment. I'm from Vermont, but I've never had fish food. I don't believe you that one of those things are untrue. Either you are not from Vermont or you've had fish food. Like those can't.
But New Hampshire's in the way. New Hampshire's in the way. Because isn't it from Maine?
No, it's from Vermont.
Oh, I thought Ben and Jerry's was in Maine. Sorry.
No, it's outside of Burlington. Burlington? Yeah.
Next to the coat factory?
Probably. So
There's a confession right there.
listen, you left Philip. As soon as you left Vermont, you're out.
What's $2 on Kindle? Did I miss that?
Moose
the
tracks?
Ben and Jerry's homemade ice cream and dessert book paperback, 1987. $2 on Kindle. Done. Ordering it as soon as we're off the stream. Will I ever use it? Probably not. So, Waterbury Center. There you go. Thank you, Philip.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Tanner. Listen, I have Wallace. I overcommitted this month, okay? I have Wall of Storms I need to read with a buddy read. I have Sinlet Ascends I need to reread with a buddy read. I have Northanger Abbey I need to reread. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
but that one's really short, Evie.
It's true. What else? I feel like there's something else. Oh, Winter of the Witch. I also need to reread. I overcommitted myself. So, oops.
I started Northanger Abbey at the end of March. I got about 30 pages in.
Nice.
And then I put it down because April started.
I'm sorry.
How could you?
Yeah. My betrayals happened long before this live stream. I'm sorry, Derry.
Okay, well, you have some encouragement here. Soundlet is short and delightful. No excuses.
Short, debatable, delightful, yes. But yes, Katie, you are dusting me. I've passed on my dusting torch to others. So
Yes, what did you think?
unless you hated it, then boo.
I mean, you're welcome to share your thoughts, but you know, we hope you enjoyed it. It's short. Sunlin is short in fantasy terms.
It's true.
How long is it?
So like 250,000 then?
Right? I think Katie said it's like 380 or something like that. Am I right, Katie? Or am I totally forgetting what you said?
Anitha, she did correct me.
Yes, I was right.
Anitha said no one can beat me in overcommitting, and that is accurate.
That is accurate.
Yep.
Considering she was freaking out about all of her buddy reads that she had, like that whole video she did about buddy reads and how she's got all this stuff playing and she can only read 60 books a year, and she's already up to like 61 buddy reads. And then she scheduled another buddy read with me and Chadia just today. So, you know, Anitha.
Yep.
The FOMO is
Because
real.
everybody read you finish, you get to start a new one.
It's true. It's like a first in, last out type thing, right?
That sounds so stressful.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you. Yes, Derek. Happy to hear it.
It's okay. Anita says she's only going to read 61 books, but we know there's more books being written right now that she's going to have to drop everything and read.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
Especially if, sorry.
Yep, 2 of them sitting
Yep.
right here.
Especially if Alan says that he's gonna read it.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
she's the official Alan Buddy reader. Like,
Yep.
We've got a whole commitment to a degree here.
I mean,
That is important.
eh.
A2 EV instead of A2 Brute. So
Let's see. Better half has an overnight, so I get to spread out in bed
Nice.
with 5 books, my doggies, and relax. I'm calling it
Oh,
to get some reading done. Congrats. Thank you so much for
Have a
joining us.
great time.
Yeah, definitely get that reading in.
We need to help Tanner out.
I don't know
What's on
what
your
to
TBR?
start.
Yeah, what's on your
Yes.
TBR? We can tell you really quickly what to start. Start with something you're really excited about that's not like massive. It's my recommendation. If
Yeah.
there's any of those on your TBR.
Knock one out of the park.
Yep.
Mhm.
That's why I did this one, because it was accessible and fast read to start
Just-
off.
Just get that pace going.
Yes, get your momentum going first.
also, Matt, why is your head just tingling? Or do you need to go to the doctor? Like,
Spidey senses. Or is everyone okay?
Yeah. Thanks so much for stopping by, Philip.
Nice. You're welcome, Philip.
Those will be the best dreams.
Right? Ice cream and popcorn.
Yeah. After finishing Malazan last month, I cannot do long books for a while.
Valid. Well, the nice
Yeah.
part is you only have to read 200-page plus books. So that gives you a lot of shorter options. And Andrew, would you like to recommend one?
If you want a short read,
It's very fast, very
Yeah.
fun.
Audiobook for it too, narrated by
there is an audiobook. Somebody, I don't
person.
know who. Yeah.
Some guy.
Thrice is a Slavic fantasy, Man and Boy on Road. So if you like Mandalorian and you like Slavic fantasy, like say Nightingale and the Bear and the Nightingale, or Witcher, but not so
That was smooth.
Dark.
That was really smooth.
yeah. Then go with Thrice. And book 2 comes out on Tuesday. So
And it's
Yeah.
also good.
very short.
piqued
Yes.
my interest. Anitha has a very appropriate request. for Andrew.
Oh,
Yeah, I did break her too. And yes, she wants us to. So tomorrow night, I'm being interviewed on Anita's channel along with Nico as co-interviewer. So we will be there tomorrow night.
Stop by.
Mm-hmm.
Hit that. What is it? The notification bell. Is that how you're
Yeah, go to
supposed to?
Anita's channel. and
Andrew,
hit the notification bell.
hold up your book again.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I think that is an official friend recommendation.
Yes. No, here, Derek, I'm recommending these to you. So if
Book
you
two.
need a booktuber, an extra booktuber recommendation, Kay and I can step in and fill that.
Yep. I just
And
finished Four Square
I
last
did
week.
fix the name. It's big on this one because this is my proof copy. So I do try to make sure that your books look good when they're on.
It's important.
Yeah.
Super important. I'm not going to pull a Ken Liu on everybody.
See, I'm torn. I have the what is it? The first edition,
If
Oh,
that's-
the black and
yeah,
white. Yeah.
I do too.
and I want them to match. What do I do?
I know.
What do I
Get
do?
another one, Kay.
I-
It was all in the plan.
You did this.
Me?
Give
Or
that one
Andrew?
away.
Why did I do this?
This is
Well,
your
you can't give that
giveaway.
one away because I signed it to you, but
No. This
Just-
one, this one isn't signed by you. Actually,
that's from Tori.
this
Yeah,
one's from
give
Tori.
that one away and buy the other
I
one.
don't know anything about
I'll
that.
take the sale.
Got my eye on you.
I know you do. Hey, I have bought several books because of you as well. So,
I
yeah, that's what I thought.
let's see. Oh, here we go. Not used to the chat going so fast. This is awesome, guys.
Mhm.
Nice
Oh,
cover.
thank you, Pedro.
Agreed.
I love the color palette of the second one so much.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got to figure out what to do for the third one.
Is it just a trilogy, or you keep going after that? Okay.
You have a suggestion
there's
for
a
the
book
third book?
3, and book 3 might be 2 books.
Gotcha.
We'll see. If I do that though, it'll be a surprise, and I'll like release them both within like a month of each other. So it'll be a rapid. Yeah.
Yeah, Pentagon for the third book there. For the suggestion. Iron Gold.
Five-Finger Death Punch.
So I know there's actually quite a few people reading Iron Gold right now in the readathon over at the Keymark Discord. So if you are wanting to jump in on that, definitely, I would say now's a good time. And that's being held, actually, that's a buddy read being held over on Mike's channel, is it?
Yep, Mike's going through the series in prep for Lightbringer.
Nice. Yeah, I have heard good things about this as well, Deathless Beast.
Where's my copy of it?
Deathless Beast, and
I was gonna grab the second one. It's too slow.
Bone Shroud.
They look really good.
Thank you. And then book 3 is going to come out this summer.
So
means I need to
book
read
4
Bone
will
Shroud.
be coming out next winter. So I'm going as hard as I can to get book 4 done.
Just to this comment, Ken Leo's book cover spines literally made my eyeballs switch. Yeah, when I actually tried the first book in the series, and I refused to buy the paperbacks. I'm so glad I did. So glad I refused to buy it.
It's so stupid. I don't get why they I mean, just fix it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if they're gonna fix it, and they did it just to try to do a double capture on purchases. When they
I hope not. I hope not.
I'm trying to. I have the first one on paperback, and honestly, like, I'm way less bothered by that than most people. But I've become more aware of it because of BookTube. Thanks, guys. But
You're welcome.
like, it never used to. Well, and even like my Malazan set is like half. Like, I've got a couple hardcovers in there. I have like, it's a mess. But that never used to bother me, and now it bothers me.
I think it's also an age thing, right? When we were in our 20s and we're collecting books from even 20 years before then, you get what you can, like
right?
Malazan, right?
Right.
But now the fact that they're coming out and they had, well, it's a different designer for I think the third and the fourth Ken Liu book. They did a good job of recapturing the same style. You want it to match. You want it to look good on the shelf together.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're all old enough that we can afford to buy matching books. So.
I gotta say, I don't know if you guys can see up here, Durfee's trilogy looks incredible next to each other. I just got the third book recently on a book haul, and looks amazing up there.
Also, to this comment, BookTube is basically FOMO and peer pressure at this point.
Oh,
so,
yeah. 100%.
Very nice. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think you're going to like it, Katie.
Nothing more fun than an author seeing the cover art for your next book. Yeah. I did not make you buy anything. I'm just going to put that out there, but I'm very happy.
You just said that BookTube is basically FOMO and peer pressure at this
I'm
point.
saving my own skin.
Sorry.
Very, very poorly. I'm saving my own skin.
You're an influencer now.
That's right.
That feels gross. I don't like it.
That's valid.
It feels gross.
Valid.
But I am very happy that you did get it, and I hope you enjoy it.
It is mildly terrifying when people are like, as soon as you said you really like this book, I just went out and bought it. And I'm like, well, I mean, I really hope you like it. Like, I hope you like it.
Morning Star.
Nice.
Ooh.
It's my favorite one of the three.
I know Leanna, Angela, and Alex are doing Red Rising read along as well. I think they're doing Golden Sun this month. Or no, they just did Golden Sun last month. They're doing Morning Star this month. So
it's so good. My favorite trilogy ending book I've ever read. Nice, Anitha. June might work. Don't hold me to that, but June might work.
Derry says, I like the cover of Bone Shroud, Andrew. The flash of orange on there with the flame. So pretty.
It's a little icon, like a standard somebody's carrying. Eagle standard.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel this, Derry.
This
Also
is why.
same.
This is why
I mean,
you guys
true for
know
me
a book fairy that flies into your wish lists every so often. Ta-da!
It makes me really sad when I go on one of my friends' channels and they don't have an Amazon wish list listed. I'm like, put up a wish list. Like, it stresses me out. I can't buy you a book.
or I'll just message them and be like, "What's your address?" And they'll know, and I'll be like, "What's your address?"
Why
I'm
do you
sending
want
a thank you card.
Christmas card?
Don't worry about it. It's a card.
It's July. It's fine. I'm late.
I'm glad. I'm glad, Katie. Yay! Thank you so much, Golden Bards. Yes. Sorry, Tori.
I'm not offended.
Okay, good.
I'm very confident in my team. I'm fine.
Oh,
Who
okay.
has Esme?
All
Who
right.
has Esme in their group?
Do you? Yeah, I was gonna say you.
There it is. Okay.
You have Wizard too.
I do.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yep. But the nice part is, what I love about the rules of the readathon is that it caps at 5 books.
That's true. That's true.
So, I mean, they're going to get them done, but then they're like done.
Yeah.
But then they're going to
Well,
be the
the
awesome
Accords
cheerleaders.
last year was just carried by
true.
those two.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
did how many did Esme do? 60 that
She's
month?
insane.
60?
Like,
60? 60?
yeah,
I think so. And I think Andrew did 30 that month.
They're both like just incredibly prolific readers.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just every time I turn around, I'm like, Esme, another review, and she doesn't write small reviews. These are
No.
like huge reviews,
And
that
they're
she
very
writes.
thoughtful, insightful reviews.
Very.
I'm very
brain is
impressed.
Milking just trying to think of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm still like 5 reviews behind.
Yeah.
It's fine.
She's on top of things. She finishes a book, and within an hour, there's a 1,000-word review put up.
I don't know how she does it.
I know.
I don't know
It's
either.
incredible.
Again, to reiterate, book good, book bad.
Honestly, though, your Marie Kondo book thread is one of my favorite things on Twitter.
I mean, I do like slightly more detailed review on Instagram, but
Yeah.
you know, it's so easy on Twitter. Just be like,
Yeah.
does it spark joy? Does it not spark joy?
Honestly, I think sometimes we make it too complicated.
Yeah. All right. I will allow this.
Yes.
Okay.
Katie's my wing woman over here. She was on for pretty much, I think you were, well, except for a little bit at the beginning of the sprint today, but she's been on all my sprints from like start to finish.
Oh gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, Katie. That's takes a lot of stamina. Yes. Go Golden Bards. Bring it on, Derry. Bring it on.
It's that gif with Cusco from Emperor's New Groove. Bring it on.
Bring it on. Derek, you are going to provide plenty of points. Every point counts.
Well,
Do
that's
not
what I
worry about it.
told my team this earlier today because, obviously the sprinters are really off and running right now. And I was just like, guys, we are going to need closers. Like, you guys are incredibly important at the end of the month. Do not worry about it.
Exactly.
Slow and steady wins the
Yes.
race.
That's right.
Katie.
Do your homework, kids.
Absolutely true,
Yeah.
Derry. That's why I said Derry is the mom of the readathon, honestly. Just keeping us all together.
Yeah. This is true.
Mhm.
Also,
Just like it. I'll be back.
yeah, no worries. Bo, to this comment, Esme and Andrew do a lot of the books on audio.
Yeah, they
Yes,
do.
but also Esme does a lot of arcs. She does a lot of arcs that don't have audiobooks yet.
Mhm.
And that is still really impressive.
Well, I
Same
think
with Andrew.
she reads multiple books at a time, doesn't she? Like in different formats.
Maybe, yeah. Where's Esme? We need her to we need some insight. All right,
I
have
don't
a
know.
good night, Katie.
She's in the Netherlands, so I'm guessing if I DM'd her right now, she probably is not awake.
She's like, excuse me.
It's 2 a.m. What are you doing?
So if for those who came in a little later, be sure to check out the post that went up on my Twitter profile earlier. There is a giveaway for 2 different sets of books. So be sure to go check those out. There will be links in the description after the live stream as well if you need them. But yeah, go enter for some book giveaways from Jim Wilborn and L.L. Stevens.
Lit.
She's also really kind with my arcs. Yeah.
Yeah, she
What?
does read a lot of arcs. Yeah, she's
also
pretty
20,
young.
yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could read. I can't even read that proficiently at 32.
Right. Same.
Yeah. John says she likely has several books going on at the same time.
Mm-hmm. I know Andrew usually is the same way, right?
Yeah.
I've actually gotten better about that. I had like 3 or 4 books open for a while on Goodreads, and I finally just closed a bunch of them up because I was like, I'm tired of having all these books unfinished on Goodreads.
Okay. Well, with all of that being said, thank you all so much for joining me and helping me celebrate 1K.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And
here's
thank
to
you, everyone.
4,000 more in the
That's
year.
right.
It's like 3 years from now, we'll be back. Thanks for everyone for joining us in the live chat. I hope you are hungry for ice cream. You've got some book recommendations to go check out. I hope you join us for the TBR Blitz Readathon. Join in those giveaways.
Got 2
Subscribe
days
to
left.
everyone. Yes, 2 days left for the Readathon sign up. And be sure to check out everyone's channels down below. I'll have links to that after this live stream. And just keep being awesome because you guys continue to amaze me. Thank you.
And you are awesome.
You keep being awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.